Okay, yeah. Prasad, go ahead.
The purity can we take like because everything else is impure in the context of a mixture. So since it reveals everything else, that's how it is pure in in contrast with all other things which are impure. Purity revealing all impure things.
Yeah, you see, if you say revealing, okay, how do you know why should the revealing thing be pure? Suppose somebody asks, what is the rule that revealing thing has to be pure? There is,
Otherwise, it has to be revealed by something else.
yeah. So that's the idea. Yeah, that is true. That is Chaitanyam is that, and Prajnana Ganam, Mandukyam, Ashabdam Asparsham Arupam, Agandam, Tatharasam, Kathopanishad also we saw. So Nirgunam. So I would take it as Nirgunam, Prasad. Nirgunam. Because the minute you add something, then it will have a guna. And then it may be homogeneous, but it has guna. Homogeneous means, nice mixture, like a thorough paste of, and so, yeah, everything, it's all connected. It's connected. I've not seen that interpretation of this Brahm, that it reveals everything, therefore it must be pure. I've not seen that logic anywhere, but maybe if it works for you, that's good. Even the impurity has to be revealed. But how do you know something is impure? Because it has to be pure. Only the pure can reveal the impure. Correct. No, that's good. I like that. That's a way to think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Actually, one more comment. Yesterday in the Bhagavad Gita class, when you said about the example, it's not in that context I was thinking. It actually reminded me of the other context in Kathopanishad's class, where the compound things exist for the sake of others apart from them, like housing, which we talked about in na pranena na apanena, right? In that
Right.
housing. So similarly, this is a compound thing which does exist for something else other than for itself. That's the remembrance I got when you talked about pen and.
So if it is impure, then that means there is something else. Something else. That means it is samhata. And if it is samhata, then it is mithya, and it is not swatantram, it is paratantram. Shankara's logic, right? And
Yeah.
therefore it has to be pure. Brahma has to be pure. Yeah.
I mean, this one actually I was referring to the housing example which we got.
Yeah.
The compound things are the compound things that exist for the sake of others apart from themselves. Like so, house is available for somebody else, not for the components within themselves. So the pen which you talked about, so that's what I remembered.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, Swapna, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My question is about animal life, plant life, right? Um, so there is no karma accrued for plant life, animal life, right? They don't incur any karma
Any
because
new
there's no
karma, that's what you mean, new
any
karma.
new
Right.
karma. So once they exhaust all the karmas, what happens is that's it. Meaning they just merge into.
No,
So
no,
there's no
because
moksha. So moksha is only exclusive for us, human beings.
so let's think through that, right? So Sanchita karma is there for every jiva. Plant also has Sanchita karma, human being also has Sanchita karma. Sanchita karma is unfructified karma, right? The difference between that is a similarity between plant and human. The similarity is that I can add to my karma, I can subtract from my karma, but not the plant. Plant doesn't. Plant is only constantly subtracting. Means bhoga, exhausting. The karma is getting subtracted from the sanchita. No agami karma. That's the only difference. The minute life ends, then it's all jivas are identical. Means all jivas have sanchita karma, and then something will decide what their next janma is. Sanchita karma is there, no, for everybody.
Right, right. So
And
once the Sanchita is exhausted, then what? For them, for us, we are accruing, right? Till jnanam happens to.
okay, so once sanchita is exhausted, means anybody can exhaust sanchita. Even I can exhaust sanchita. Maybe not in this janma, but next janma. If I am born as a plant, that's what you're saying. So you're somehow you're saying once sanchita is exhausted. Okay, that once sanchita is exhausted is a very bold statement because
Mm.
because you're saying sanchita is finite. Only if it is finite, it can be
Right.
exhausted.
Yeah, yeah. Now I
That
get it. After asking, I'm getting it. Yeah, yeah.
hmm. If it is finite, so that is also another misconception. Generally, it is there in our society that you exhaust all your karma. You have to exhaust karma, no doubt, but you have to exhaust all your karma is not possible. It's not possible, and that's
Yeah.
why kahana karmano gatihi and all Shankara, Krishna had mentioned. So therefore, no need of the plants or humans are identical after this life. What happens to a plant after its life, and what happens to ourselves after our life is same analysis, identical. Whatever happens, happens. Does the plant, the status of the plant, does it, or the status of the human being, did it get better after the human life? That also is anybody's guess. That also is anybody's guess. Maybe the plant will be born as a maharshi. Who knows? Oh, it's possible. It's possible. Anything is possible. So
There is no
Dhanyawad.
accrued
Actually,
karma, right?
yeah, I got clarity after I actually asked loudly. I've been thinking about it, and when you said a few things, I said, "Oh, okay, it's like okay." Dhanyawad.
right. Yeah, that's good. Bhagya, go ahead.
Prasad, were you saying something? Did you want to?
No, actually, I was just doubting. So there is no accrued karma on the trees part. So which means that whatever is remaining is just only little by little, how we can take that way. Because as we study for humans, we do a lot of spiritual evolution. That way, the relatively how it changes, that's what we understand. So if a tree without having, because there's no karma accrued for them, agami karma will not be there. So how is that that tree can become sort of a human or a rishi or something?
Right. So how can a tree get a better life than a tree? Right. That's the question. Well, it all depends on the past karma only. If you can tell me all the past karma of the tree, then I can tell you whether the tree can become a rishi or not. But you can't tell me that. Past karma of a plant, you can't judge the past karma of a plant based on the current status of the jiva. See, even a criminal is suppose you have a repeat offender and this and that. We really can't judge the past karma of the person based on that current life experience. You can't. You can't say. You can't say past karma is all bad karma. You can't say all. No chance. If that were the case, I don't know. That was the case. We're all in trouble, I think. because some people will not have any hope. This, that, some jivas will not have any hope. All these problems will get into. So karma is anyway infinite. So all kinds of, everybody has every karma in their background. Everybody has every karma possible. Really. That is how the Shastram says. And that's why in fifth chapter and all, Krishna is actually warning the jnani. Don't get carried away. This jnanam is supposed to liberate you. And so yeah, I don't see any evidence to all these things, Prasad.
But then when we talk about Manushyatvam, Mumukshatvam, Mahapurusha Samshaya, then it's I mean, when already it has taken the tree form, that means how do we take that based on this? Like it's a Durlabham, right? The Manushya. So then it has already taken the tree, which means that it actually gone down the in terms of level, if we say, so to say.
Gone down. See, suppose I say, let's go back before our birth in this Janma. Were we alive somewhere, but before our birth? We were living somewhere. Okay, we were living somewhere. We don't know what the previous Janma was.
Correct.
Some people love to analyze all these things and what was I before and all, they try to analyze. Okay, fine. But what was the previous Janma? We don't know. We could have been that plant. We could have been a plant. We could have been a crab. We could have been any mosquito, anything. Anything is possible. And then after that, this Janma is there. Means there was some karma, there is punya karma that was waiting to fructify. And it had to pass through so many stages and then be born as a human being. And so, same logic you can apply for a plant also. This come down and going up and all is it's all highly relative. And down because some papa karma was done, then there is this kind of a lower yoni. Okay? Adama yoni. So but we can't use the current janma as an indicator or barometer of anything, future or past. You can't. Really. That science is not, maybe it is there somewhere, the science of janma and all, but
it's not sequential also. Sequential, like, I mean, as you fructifying bad, and then maybe you have punya karma, and then you become. Yeah, this is a complex anyway. I'm just, yeah.
Complex, yeah. Yeah, Bhagya, go ahead.
Marji, you mentioned that Vasana affects the Karta and Karma Phalam affects the Bhokta. Can you repeat that or elaborate on that a little bit? Because I was thinking that maybe Karma Phalam affects the Karta and Vasana affects the Bhokta. But it's a little...
Yeah, so it's not a hard and fast rule or anything like that. Vasana generally refers to in a positive way what are the inclinations of the person. That is a vasana. And karma phalam, of course, affects the karta also. You can't say karma phalam only affects the bhokta. But phalam, the word, when you use the word phalam, what is phalam? Phalam is to be experienced only. Phalam can't be done. It has to be experienced. So karma gives me karma phalam. Karma phalam is to be experienced. That's it. And so I must be a bhokta to experience my karma phalam. So I experienced. Okay. And karma, I continue to do karma because I'm a karta. Okay.
Okay. So it's used in reference to, right? Vasana is used in reference to Karta. Karma Phalam is used in reference to Bhokta.
Correct. That in that context alone, we say that. Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Jaykumarji.
So the person likes coffee so much that for 4, 5, 6 coffees the person takes. Suppose somebody says vasana. So there is some vasana there. Coffee vasana is there. And that coffee vasana makes him do that. Do karta, makes him go towards some. that kind of. Yeah.
Thank you, Jackmarji.
Prasad, we
Going
can't
back,
hear you.
going back on that, when it is mentioned yada stutam in confirmation with the knowledge, which means if there is a spiritual evolution if there's a progress in my life here, then is my life again depends upon that, because we talk about mostly about karma, but is that something the conformity with the knowledge, as it mentioned here, yada sprutam. So it has got bearing on the that's what he said here, right? The soul going to the womb depends upon the karma, as well as he talks about knowledge. So can I understand yadasprutam in a better way? I mean, rather than thinking thoughts and which is part of the sukshma sirira, but if I say that yes, my knowledge, I progress it so much. If I say that relatively, then what? How is my life depending on that?
Depending on what?
On
that
the knowledge which I accrued this janma. So because it's talking about next janma in this sloka, in this mantra.
Yeah. So he's saying that the karma is what is already acted out. What is not yet acted out, is that going to influence me or not? That is the question. Influence my future. The shrutam is what is not acted out yet. Not is acted out yet. See, we keep saying karma, karma. It's done. Karma, the actions that were done. What about actions that were not done? Is there such a thing? The Shastram says, yeah, there is such a thing. And that is all the developing manojanita. So all the thoughts which are very powerful, the powerful thoughts that are there in the mind. It may be knowledge, it can just be desire also. We don't consider desire as knowledge, There is desire. And so it can be knowledge also. But knowledge also can make me have desires. And knowledge of a new gadget makes me desire for a gadget. I know what it does. And then I say, I want it. I want it. So, yeah, what you said is right. Knowledge and desires, everything. That is the shrutam, yathashrutam. Will definitely influence the outcome. Yeah. Definitely influence the outcome. Yeah. We commonly call it as karma. Everything is clubbed into the word karma. Clubbed into it. That's from here, Yama is separating karma from the mental aspect, physical aspect from the mental.
Thank you.
Karma yathashrutam. Good. Okay, we'll conclude with that. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः।